Hey everybody, welcome back to another movie review. Like I said, we're going to be doing a ton of reviews on the channel. I've got like a shit ton already recorded and stuff like that. Um, Went and saw Elemental, latest from Disney Pixar. Saw it with my bro, so we'll be doing another dual review. And I think similar to the Transformers review, I think we're going to have some pretty polarizing thoughts on the film. But latest from Disney Pixar, and tells the story as it kind of suggests by the title. The elements, there's obviously earth, wind. Primarily the film focuses on fire and water. One fire named Ember, and she's about to inherit her father's business. She's kind of questioning her own desires and what she wants. And then she finds this water element. What's the name of the water element again?
I believe it's. He's like
Wayne.
Wade,
Yeah.
Should I tell him about the?
Well, let me finish real quick.
All right, I gotcha.
But yeah, Wade was the water element, and they both find each other. And initially, the film starts off as something of a bridging gap, like a mess in terms of its thematic ideas. It starts off as a film about bridging the gaps between races, because it's a film that's inherently about racial tensions and kind of echoes previous Pixar films like Zootopia more so. Except the difference with this is that there's also the what bridges that gap, and it's the element that kind of in some ways kind of made it fairly mediocre to me, and that is through the power of romantic connections, the power of love, basically. And what you get from it is some things that you would expect from Pixar. You have some levels of tenderness. You also have some levels of some interesting visual flair. But what you don't get from Pixar is the complexities and the richness and the details that is within its narratives. Now, there are details within the landscape of the film. Like they did have some creative ideas of how they utilize the ideas of fire and water. Some stuff that has to be taken with a fairly big dose of disbelief. Obviously, if you combine fire and water together, without spoiling anything, there's consequences to that in real life. Like the messaging of the film, I would say, is fairly hollow to me, because I expect more out of Pixar, but lately they haven't been as consistent, thematically speaking. Visually, I would say that they have made improvements over the years. I still say something like Toy Story 4 was probably really a visual landmark for Pixar, but this was the word I got out of it was that it was okay. Like it wasn't anything more than that. It's fairly easy to follow, fairly easygoing. It's I would say harmless, really. I think that's probably the best word for it, because it's not irritating, it's not boring, but it is very familiar territory. And I think that it's also, maybe I got it wrong, but I was hearing this movie was like fairly complex. I don't know where that idea is coming from. I think it's a very easy film to figure out. So I don't know where those ideas are coming from. It's all subjective at the end of the day, but I thought it was a very easy thing to understand, which is my problem with a Pixar film, is that I expect more dimensions from Pixar, and this is fairly one-dimensional. The one dimension that was appealing enough, but I expect more out of Pixar, especially when you see like their previous works, and also on an emotional level too. I didn't really cry. I didn't cry. I did find it like tender, but not emotionally, powerful as other stuff.
Like you were crying.
I wasn't really. I was more just like kind of like getting kind of like bored with it towards the end, because it was kind of rattling the same ideas. Like it was like, okay, I get it.
It was more wondrous a little bit, wasn't it?
Well, for me anyway, I just felt like it was just doing, like, it was repeating the same ideas of, like, okay, yeah, they're both from different species, or, yeah, they they have this very really romantic like connection, but it doesn't do any more than that for me. And I think they should have done more than that, because it's what introduces at the start, and it kind of stays with that throughout the rest of the film. And like I said, it's not to say that it's uninteresting. It's just to say that it's not as inspired as other Pixar films are. So I would say it's perfectly harmless. I don't think that it stands out well compared to other Pixar films. I would say it's one of those mid-range Pixar films. It's not bad, but not as remarkable as other films from Pixar. So, but those are my thoughts on Elemental. And I'm going to swing it over to my bro now to give his thoughts on Elemental. You just heard him talking a little bit here, giving his thoughts. So I'm going to give him all the screen time now. So your time to shine, bro. So you let everybody know what you're thinking. You can talk spoilers or anything.
You sure?
So, yeah, of course.
Okay. So guess what? All right. I came back from the theater from another Pixar film, and I like it. It was not bad. Obviously, my bro said it was a lot of Elementals, which is the title of the film, obviously. And it starts off with what's the girl's name? It's like the girl's name is like
I think it was Ember.
I think it was Ember, right?
I think.
Ember, yeah. Ember came from this fireland at the start of the film, from this I don't know what it's called. It's like there's a big volcano land and everything like this.
I think it was just called Fireland.
It's just Fireland?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were just cruising to a new city full of other elements. And it had water, ground, which grass is the same, I guess. And primarily, like you said, right? It was just mainly focusing on water and fires connections.
Those two elements, yeah.
Yeah. And it starts... they start in a shop, which she thought, Ember thought, oh, my dad just wants to do this because this is his dream, This is his dream and everything. But at the end of the movie, if you want to hear a spoiler, the dad, I forgot his name, but he told her, no, you are my dream. You're everyone's dream. It's meaning that he's the best, she's the best thing that he ever got, which was a cute kind of thing, which I loved. And yeah, I was not expecting a lot of romance and dramatic stuff. I did expect some action. I did expect some some singing and stuff like that, but whatever. I mean, but it is Pixar films, because primarily they relate with Disney, and the songs I like the soundtrack too, the music, just like any other movies, right? The soundtracks are always on top, they're always peak and everything. And I think there's some songs there, and they were really nice. But there isn't really not a lot for me to say about this film, because all it is about elements, and it's about oh yeah, hold on, one more thing. It's during the film there, when she got angry, Amber, when she went down to this basement because she was stressed about all about these fires customers coming in here and saying what's this and what's that, what do I do with this, is this free and stuff. She was getting stressed, she got mad, and then the Wade came in through the sewer, through the water holes, I think, right? Mm-hmm. And that was when their first interaction came in, if you guys want to know how they first met. So yeah, but yeah, there's really, I don't know, have a lot to say, but I would give it my rating a 7 out of 10. I like the music mostly, but I also love the colors, the effects and everything. And who's the composer? Thomas Newman?
Surprisingly, yeah, it was Thomas Newman.
Yeah, he did a good job on the music and everything. Props to the actors. The actress was good. I like the actress who plays Ember. She did a good job, and I think this is great. And I will see you guys on the next film they're doing, which is Elio, on March 29th, 2024. Mm-hmm. And yeah, see you guys next there. Or maybe I'll see you guys in another film. You never know, because I will always, one thing I'll tell you guys, I will always be here for you guys to enjoy the content. So yeah, see you guys later. Peace.
All right. Well, yep, that's our thoughts on Elemental. So thank you guys for tuning in. As you could tell, it's, a lot of the kids I think were interested in it. I don't think that they were completely into it, but they seemed fairly interested. Um, but yeah, so that's our thoughts on Elemental. You guys let us know your thoughts on Elemental. Did you guys enjoy it? Where would you guys stack it into the Pixar stuff? Like I said, it's kind of a mid-range for me. Um, but you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for more videos. Lots of reviews coming down the pipe. So you know, it's summer. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of films. So stay tuned. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me and for my bro. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we will catch you guys in the next review. Bye.
Bye.